an interview with Bloomberg, he said he would be, quote, honoured to do it, despite weeks of tough talk against Pyongyang. Also on Monday, the US military said that the THAAD anti-missile defence system deployed in South Korea is now operational. Iolo Dafydd has been following these developments from Washington, D.C.
What is significant in this quote by President Trump in terms of whether he would meet Kim Jong-un of North Korea is if it's appropriate, if the time is right. But what is stranger, perhaps, is that he said he would be honoured to do that. In another interview with CBS television here in America, he said that he's a tough cookie, he's a smart cookie. He's had to deal with tough people, referring to generals and probably influential political people in North Korea. So he's obviously listened to the briefing he's had from the CIA and other intelligence analysts here in the United States. Now, the timing would be interesting because it follows months of increased tensions between the Americans and the North Koreans. Part of that meeting with Xi Jinping, the Chinese premier, a month ago in Mar-a-Lago, was to try and see whether the Chinese could help influence Kim Jong-un in terms of his ballistic missiles and those nuclear warheads. And that's what the Americans and many in the international community are really afraid of. This is what they're really concerned about, that the successful nuclear test that the North Koreans have done, that together with ballistic missiles and successfully again in firing those ballistic missiles and testing them, whether they could put the two together and fire a nuclear warhead across the continent, and that could threaten North America, and it could threaten lots of other countries as well, not least South Korea and Japan nearby in Asia. That's the concern. That's why possibly President Trump is reaching out when the time is right. That was reiterated by Sean Spicer, the White House official spokesman, just an hour ago when he said it all depends on if the time is appropriate. But it would be a significant step change because the last high-ranking American official and politician to meet with the North Koreans was the then Secretary of State Madeleine Albright 20 years ago. So it would be a big change in an increasing hostile and tense atmosphere.